Hey everybody, it is Cavanagh here, and this is another set report for The Flash Season 7, Episode 18, the Season 7 finale episode, filmed a couple of weeks ago in downtown Vancouver. Well, a couple of weeks ago from whenever this is up on Patreon. I have tinkered with my watermark to make it as transparent as possible and still be on there, because these night scenes with my regular watermarks kind of was hard to see. So hopefully you can still make out most of it. I've watched it over and it looks good enough. Usually my watermark's a little darker than this, but these night scenes are really hard on them, so I made it as light as possible for you. So we start off here. Obviously, Godspeed is there on the far right. You have Barry Allen, the Flash, in the middle, and on the far left you have Reverse Flash. He is mimicking a scene that you'll see him do a little later. I'm not going to spoil it quite yet before we get there. I mean, it's kind of funny not mentioning spoilers in a video that shows spoilers, but we'll get there. You see those green glow sticks they have? They're wooden, wrapped with like the green screen fabric they use to like superimpose backgrounds and that. So a lot of questions on what that might be. I've seen people think it's going to be lightning, and I think that's a good guess. We will have to wait and see. All I do know is I don't think they're playing with lightsabers, unfortunately. As much as I'd like to see a lightsaber fight between them, I don't think that's what we're getting. Maybe Barry will use the Force, the Speed Force. Here you see them rehearsing the scene before they... Actually, I think this might be in mid-scene. Yeah, I think that was actually more of a mid-scene shot. That wasn't actually a rehearsal. At times, obviously, you can tell sometimes they have the stunt doubles out there, sometimes they have the regular guys out there, depending what's needed to be done. I mean, you saw the Godspeed there doing a flip. I doubt they had Karan Oberoi out there doing that just in case you mess it up. So, this is the scene everyone remembers in my set photos where the three swords all were crossing, and then here he is doing the part where he has two of them now and is defending off both Barry and Reverse Flash at the same time. And they did this scene obviously for a while. This all, by the way, is on the first night. This is a mixture of some of the first night stuff and some of the second night stuff. I had so much video I couldn't fit it all in one package, and even this, I mean, this is like 11 minutes long, and I probably should have cut it into two packages because it's a lot to go edit. So here you can see them practicing the fight scene. It's obviously a little hard to tell because it's nighttime, but you get the gist of it at least. Obviously on screen it'll look a lot better because they'll be shooting it from closer, and they'll be using, you know, cameras worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, whereas I'm using one that's $500 from approximately half a mile away. So, you know, a slight difference in quality probably. I mean, just you barely notice the difference. I don't know what's going on in this part of it. I think this is just them waiting to do the scene because they all kind of look to be standing around and waiting. Which part of the scene is this? I need them to start doing some action so I can remember where we are in the scene. Oh, okay, so it's the flip part, yeah. And then he goes running away, runs off camera, and then obviously Reverse Flash ran in, and that was it for that part of the scene. Sometimes when I'm narrating this, I kind of lose track of what the scene is because it's so dark, so I apologize at times. Here he is doing his, like, you know, celebrating into the sky thing. I don't know why he would do that. I mean, has he not watched the show? He should know that, like, Barry Allen's not gonna be defeated. Power level get him through this. But he's doing this, and in a minute when we finally get to the part of the scene that this connects to, you'll see why maybe that was a bad move. I am kind of running out of ways to narrate the same scene over and over again. I wish we would move on a little bit. I forgot how long some of the... I had one clip in here that is 3.25 minutes long. Luckily, you know, there's a few seconds I got to cut out of it here and there. Cut it down to about 3 minutes. Here is a different scene they were doing later on. You see Grant there and Tom, and they're practicing. And this is the, you know, if you'd seen that first night stuff where Tom and Grant's characters were teaming up, this is a big deviation from that moment, because now they are back to being nemesis again, as Tom tries to, or Reverse Flash tries to punch the Flash, and the Flash flips him out of the way, and Reverse Flash goes flying across the courtyard, in theory. I mean, didn't literally fly him across the courtyard, but he is implied that's what he's going to do. So then next thing that happens is then Reverse Flash goes over, does his little zip thing. You can see I meant the Flash. See the Reverse Flash on the ground just getting up, and they're going to have a bit of a talk. It's going to be a motivational speech / rant. Reverse Flash is a little cranky about being thrown around. Kind of like, dude, I saved your life, WTF. And then he just pieces out. And then Barry turns back and runs over to Godspeed, who's laying on the ground. And you'll find out why in a minute. You'll find out why Godspeed is having another nap. That guy naps a lot, by the way. But this part of the scene, they mostly just had him stand there and take the position of how he would do it when he's doing the scene. You can tell he's still got the mask on, so they're just doing rehearsals. There's nappy Godspeed. Sleepy time for Godspeed. Oh, he's awake. Alright. So this is after they've finished rehearsal and they're just hanging out, killing time, waiting to actually shoot the scene. What do we got here? Oh, this is them. They're about to get ready to shoot the scene. You see those buckets that guy is carrying, and that woman is carrying? Those have their, like, that's where they put their masks and take other things in and out of there. You have, each individual person has a bucket. Okay, I'll get to that later. We're about to do the other scene that explains why Godspeed finds himself on the ground having a nap. So you see Barry on the ground there. He's not having a good time. He's having his own nap. And you see Godspeed with that chest out thing. He's doing that chest out, like sucking his powers up thing that you probably seen in a former episode. He turns around and, oh no! Reverse Flash accidentally stuck him with something. You know, Karan seems happy about it. He's having a good time getting stabbed. But yeah, that is the twist that you probably either saw coming or didn't see coming. But yeah, the Reverse Flash stabs Godspeed, and Godspeed goes into nap time mode. And then Barry confronts the Flash. He basically says to him, like, "Why'd you do that? You didn't have to kill him." Things like that. Reverse Flash is like, "Dude, I'm the Reverse Flash. Were you expecting me to be a good guy? Like, come on, man. Have you not watched our show?" And you know, they have this back and forth. And then that eventually leads to that moment where you saw Barry walk up to him and Reverse Flash try to punch him. And I think that might even be in this take. I can't remember, because this is one of the longer clips. They're having a long back and forth, and I think the punch might be in this take. I can't remember anymore. Yeah, there it is. He goes to try and punch him. Barry ducks out of the way. He does the mirror mistress thing to him, I guess, and flips him across the courtyard. And oh my God, look at him fly! Yeah, and there's Tom getting ready to do the second part of it, where he has to fall on the ground. It's interesting that they, you know, the way they do this, they just do one whole scene, but there's little cuts in between so that the actor can get into position on where they're supposed to be, because they're supposed to have all these super speed powers. You know, now you see like Barry flying in, even though you watched him walk across the courtyard. And they will have another discussion This time, Reverse Flash is a little crankier. He seems a little more upset about this. I assume he's upset that his suit got dirtied. He tells Barry at one point, he's like, I made you. And then he decides to just duck out and I guess go grab, some snacks, or, maybe he had a yoga class to get to. I don't know. But at the end, he just zips out super fast. Barely even notice him. Whoosh, where'd he go? Then Barry stands there for a minute. He looks around like, where did this guy go, man? He's super fast. I should remember that. And then he goes running over to the Godspeed, although I don't know if I got it in this clip. Yeah, here he just walks over, but in some of the takes he ran over. Then he checks on the the sleepy guy. And that was it for the video portion. Here's a few set photos. Usually I add a lot more set photos to a video than this, but this is already such a long one. I kind of cut it back to just 5 or 6 or 7. If you want to see more, obviously you can look at the link in the description below to the blog post that these would be in. But here's Tom Cavanagh on set. Here's his stunt double, all suited up with the cowl up over his head. This is Karan Oberoi on set, getting ready to do a scene. This is that scene where he gets stabbed by Reverse Flash. Godspeed takes one, and I'm guessing it's supposed to be the heart. And this is that argument you see between them, and that is it for these. And that is also it for the Flash Season 7 videos. They start filming again in about 6 or 7 weeks. So there won't be any new content for a little while. So you'll have to make do with this until then. Hopefully when they come back, they will come back with a lot of location shoots. But thanks for everyone that stuck around this season. I guess I will see you in about 6 or 7 weeks.